everyone, today I want to talk about one of my most commonly asked questions, which is what clauses do I put into my contract? So today I'm going to share those with you, with just two quick disclaimers. One, I'm not a lawyer and this is not legal advice, so please don't hold it against me. And number two, there is no set format for this that someone can send you or email you. So please make your own format and find something that works well for you. I also wanted to say that I always print my contract onto stamp paper. It just makes it feel more official. And I also have brought on board a lawyer to help me structure my contract better. And you may be better off if you have a lawyer friend or a family member that can just help you formalize some of these pointers so that the language seems a bit more formal when you're presenting your contract. Point number one, always start with the exact deliverables that you are going to be giving. So don't just say AutoCAD plans and views. Indicate, I'm going to be giving a civil layout, a walling layout, a plumbing layout, an electric layout, blah, 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 exactly what layouts you're going to be providing. If you're going to be providing a BOQ, if you're going to be providing a tender document, if you're going to be providing views, what types of views? Are those SketchUp views? Are those SketchUp with Revit? Are they SketchUp with Lumion? Are they 3D Max views? Be as specific as you can in the contract as to what exactly your deliverables are going to be. It really helps clarify things. Every single contract needs to have a payment schedule that matches those deliverables. So as it says, I will produce 3 mood boards, 3 material charts, 1 AutoCAD layout, so on and so forth. And along with that, you will release an amount of X against these deliverables. So along with your work scope, there has to be a payment schedule that directly correlates to each and every single deliverable that you have listed out. Clause number 3. Along with all of these deliverables, you also have to mention how many revisions of these deliverables are okay. So if you have generated all of your AutoCAD plans and the client asks you to make 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 revisions, and I know we've all been there, you have to be clear how many revisions are included in this fee that you are mentioning. And if there's only a certain number of revisions beyond that, what is the charge per revision? You do have to mention that in your contract. While every project has a start date which is mentioned in your contract, every project should also have an end date which is mentioned in your contract. This is because every project has a 6-month, 8-month, 1-year cycle based on what you have discussed with your client and what you know to be a project cycle timeline. However, if for some kind of unforeseen circumstance anything tends to drag out on a project or go wrong, you should have an end date mentioned in your contract so that you can have a conversation with your client and revisit the contract if for whatever reason it has gone beyond that certain time. Clause 5, this is an important clause. All building, society permissions, BMC permissions are the responsibility of the client. As interior designers, it is definitely not our responsibility. However, if you are an architect, there are slightly different rules that apply to you because there are certain permissions that you are supposed to be in the loop about. But the licensing authority always has to be someone completely separate that is assigned by the client and dealt with by the client. Clause number 6 is a bit of a strange one, but I usually tend to put a clean toilet clause into my contract. This is only because we are on construction sites the entire day, and if it's me or even if it's someone from my team, a clean toilet has to be provided, and it's really awkward to have those conversations with your clients later on. It's just nicer to have it as a clause in the contract so that they're aware that they have to make sure that there is a provision for a clean toilet for you and your team on site. Number 7 is the right to print, publish, or share any kind of information about the progress that the site is making, and you should ensure that you have checked with your client on this and included this inside your contract. If you have a design consultancy, what often happens is the contractor is a completely separate agency. It's not under you. Even if it's a contractor that you have worked with before and you have possibly recommended to the client, he or she still runs their own firm completely independent of yours, which is why it's important that a contract needs to mention that and clearly specify what your responsibilities are and what the contractor's responsibilities are. Point number 9 is travel, lodging, and boarding. If you have any travel that's outside your home city or hometown, how the client covers that or whether that's covered within your fee. you guys need to discuss that and make sure that that is always included within your contract. So it's travel, food, lodging, boarding, and anything that's involved with you going out of town for work. And finally, clause number 10. I hope none of us ever get here, but this is an exit clause in case things go wrong and you guys want to terminate the agreement. The exit clause should be there. It should indicate how the contract is terminated, and it should be done in such a way where there is no bad blood with your clients at all, because I'm sure that's the last thing any of us ever want. So you do have to put in some specific details in there. Just as a pointer, what we do for our firm is we have a clause which says that if there is any issue, we are allowed 15 days to rectify that issue, and if the issue continues to not be rectified, then we can mutually terminate the agreement. So this is always helpful because it's fair to both parties. Okay guys, so these are some of the things that I really get asked almost on a daily basis. Please share your contract. What should I put in a contract? So I really hope that this video was helpful and insightful. And when you are having all of this free time on your hands in quarantine, you get a chance to go through your contract, see how you can improve it, see what changes you can make, see if anything I've said makes sense to you and you can incorporate it, and hopefully help improve your practice and help improve your relationship with your clients, so that this leads to less misunderstandings and a healthier and a happier future for all of us and all of our businesses.